Hello there, my name is Ted Mokantine. This is the second video in my series, An Introduction into Chess. In the last video, we talked a little bit about the king and how the king can move in any direction that he so pleases, but he cannot move two squares and he cannot move to take the place of one of his own pieces. In this video, we are going to take a close look now at the pawns, which will be the second piece that you'll be learning. The pawn is a very important piece. As you can see, each side has 8 of them compared to the one king that each side has. The cool thing about the pawns is that they set up the entire position. Once you understand the king and the pawns, the rest of the pieces are very easy. So let's get into the pawns and we'll see what they're about. So the pawns can move forward 1 or 2 spaces on their first turn. I can either do this, or if I wanted to, I could do this and move 2 forward, and it would be a further leap toward the center, if that is as you would like to see it. So it doesn't matter whether they're going 1 forward or 2 forward, that's just how the pawns are going to move. Now, on their second turn, the pawns cannot move 2 forward just because they moved 1 forward on the last time. It's only on their first move that they are given the chance to move 2 forward. It is very important that you decide whether you want to move it 1 forward or 2 forward when you're beginning your game. Now, it's not going to let me move 2 forward. Now, I have to move it 1 forward if that's how I want to move it. Let's say in this position now, I want to move my pawn forward again. The problem with this position is that there's a pawn occupying the square that I want to move it to. Therefore, these 2 pawns are stuck in a position and cannot end up taking each other. The pawns are going to remain here until another piece takes them or until they move. So now one of you may ask, well, how is the pawn supposed to move if I can't move forward? It is a good question, and the answer is the pawns will take diagonally. I'll just do that again so you get the hang of it. The pawns are taking diagonally, and they will no longer be stuck here, unlike they were 1 move ago. Now that the pawn is taken diagonally, you may notice there are 2 pawns on 1 file. That'll be okay, but now you need to make sure that if eventually I move up this pawn, now I can't move up my own pawn into another pawn. Now eventually I may end up taking diagonally again, and then eventually I could be taken back. Or eventually the pawn could end up taking so many times that it could get all the way to the end of the board. And when it gets to the end of the board, the pawn can become any piece, and these pieces we will be talking a little bit about later. The queen, rook, bishop, and knight. And I'll just choose a queen for now. As you see, it has now become a new piece and is now ready to fight as a different piece. That is all on pawns for now. There are more rules about pawns that I will hopefully be able to go into in greater detail in a future video, but this is the basics of pawns, and you want to use your pawns to set up your position and give you a great position in chess. Thanks for watching.